everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name's Yasmin, but my friends all call me Yazzie and you guys can too. Today we are playing a game of bookish would you rather, and you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I've got all my questions written down. We've got 12 questions in total, and it's just which would you rather. As we're going through this, you guys should comment all your answers below and, you know, we can have discussion. Why did you choose whichever one you did, right? And without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, question 1. Would you rather only read standalones or only read series? That one is honestly a pretty easy answer for me. I would rather only read series. I have commitment issues, you know. I would rather a series over a standalone literally any day of the week. I just feel like you have so much more time to, you know, really get to know the characters and be immersed in the world and everything that comes with a series. So yeah, I would definitely rather read series for the rest of my life than standalones. Question number 2. Would you rather only read books with cliffhanger endings or sad endings? Okay, if we're talking sad, like bawling my eyes out, I think I would still choose sad, honestly, because at least I have the closure. Whereas with a cliffhanger, I'm going to be thinking about it for like the next 3 months or like the next year until the next book comes out. And genuinely, my brain cannot take that much more cliffhangers. Literally every book I've been reading lately has been ending on cliffhangers. So I just have all these questions in my brain. And yeah, I would much rather the closure, honestly. Even if that means crying my eyes out, being red-faced and puffy and just, ugh. At least I have my closure. Question number 3. Would you rather have every book you read spoiled beforehand, or would you rather accidentally spoiling every book for someone else? I'm gonna be selfish here. I would rather spoil it for other people. Okay, but because I do not know that many readers in my personal life, okay? So I wouldn't really be doing it to someone that I know and I would see the lasting consequences of, is what I'm thinking. I would still feel horrible for spoiling it for another person, but I genuinely cannot have every single book I read spoiled. That will kill me. At least like this is different people and, you know, at least maybe only 1 or 2 books here and there. Whereas if I were to have every single book I read spoiled, I couldn't live like that. I'm sorry, I just couldn't. Book Talk spoils enough for me already. I don't need every single other book I read spoiled too. And I know that is selfish, but it's true. And I'm really sorry for that. Question number 4. Would you rather read in complete silence or in background noise? I'm not used to the quiet, like, at all. I have 3 younger siblings, so, you know, there's always something going on in the house. You know, it's never ever absolutely silent. If it is, then someone's dead, like something's gone wrong. So yeah, I'm just used to background noise, and honestly I like it. I don't know, I just like it. It's comforting to know that something or someone is there. I think if it was complete silence, that would be unnerving. Question number 5. I don't like this one. Would you rather only read new books forever or never reread a book? New books. I love rereading books, like especially when I need to go back to my comfort books, but I feel like I would get bored. Like, no offense, my comfort books, like, they will not keep me entertained for the rest of my life is what I'm thinking. I'll have new tastes and whatever. So yeah, at least if I'm always reading new books, I will always find something to enjoy. Like, I will always find something that comforts me in some way, shape or form, which is like, that's usually the reason I reread a book, you know, because like my comfort book, or maybe I forgot it and I want to go back because I remember it was really good. But that's not enough for me to like reread books for the rest of my life and not read any new books. So yeah, I would definitely only read new books. Okay, would you rather your reading taste never change and you never get bored of it, or you be a mood reader? You know what, I'm a mood reader and I'm happy with it. Like, I'm perfectly happy with it. I read like such a wide variety of stuff. I think that like I just never get bored. I never get bored of it anyways. And also I want to try new things. Like, if I only read mystery books, I don't know, even if I never got bored of them, that would feel weird to me, you know, because I like doing new things. I like trying new things. I feel like even if I never got bored, I would still get bored, if that makes sense. And I'm perfectly happy being a mood reader. I already am. Okay, question 7. Would you rather only read paperbacks or hardcovers? Paperbacks. They're so much easier to read and they're cheaper and they're flimsy. Okay, for me personally, the only pros that hardcovers have is that they last longer and they usually look prettier, which is, you know, fair enough. But, you know, my paperbacks on my shelf look absolutely fine. So yeah, definitely paperback. Reading hardcovers is so uncomfortable and they're so heavy, so you can't like bring them anywhere. Like, why would you rather a hardcover? The only reason I like hardcovers is because they look nice. Okay, would you rather read a book with no punctuation or no chapter breaks? Like no chapters at all? No, you know what? I think I'm actually comfortable with like stopping like on a new page or like a new paragraph or something. Like I feel like I could confidently just stop in a place. Whereas no punctuation would get on my nerves. Like seriously, like what do you mean no full stops, no commas, no quotation marks, no nothing, nada. No. No thank you, stay away from me. I would much rather have no chapters. It would still be like a struggle to get through, but no punctuation would be much worse, I think. Okay, question number 9. Would you rather only read at night or only in the morning? I don't know. I actually I read both because I'm the kind of person who wakes up early, goes to sleep late, you know, so I have like the most time in my day to do everything that I want to do, and that also includes reading. Like I'll wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and read, but I'll go to bed at 10 and read for an hour, you know. So you know what, night, because then at least I can read for as long as I want without feeling unproductive, because at least I'm only supposed to be sleeping. I'm not supposed to actually be doing stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, probably night. Okay, question 10. Would you rather read a book with no romance at all ever again, or only read books that are centered around romance? No romance, I think. I read I think I read mostly for the plot, and then the romance is just like a bonus for me. Like I much prefer books with a romance side plot than actual romance books. Like I do still read romance books, it's just not something that I read the most, if that makes sense. So yeah, no romance at all, I think, and I would actually I think I'd still be fine as long as we have, you know, some good characters, some good character relationships. Even if there's no romance, I think I'd still be happy. And also then none of them would be spicy, so I could literally read all of them, so that's also an extra bonus to that. Okay, second last question, question 11. Wait, can you spin a pen, guys? I'm doing it. Okay, whatever, ignore that. Okay, question 11. Would you rather only read one book at a time or multiple books at a time? Forever. One book at a time, I think. Because I would get them done quicker, and I'd be like, I would know absolutely everything that's going on, you know? Like I wouldn't be confused or have forgotten anything, I think. So yeah, one book at a time. I actually don't think I've ever read. No, I've never read more than one book at once. At least not that I actually remember. No, I haven't. I don't know. I like finishing what I start as soon as possible, if that makes sense. Because also, I don't think my brain can take that much input in, if I'm being honest. Don't get me wrong, I actually think I have a pretty good memory. But I feel like if I was to read 4 books at once, I would have no idea what was going on. And I wouldn't even know which one to pick up whenever I want to read. Actually, no, wait, I take that back. I listened to an audiobook and was reading a book at the same time, if that counts. And you know what? That was actually pretty okay. If that counts, I don't know. But I've never read 2 physical books at once. Okay, last question. Would you rather only read popular books for the rest of your life or only unknown indie ones? Majority of the popular books that I've read, they're my favorites. My absolute favorites. So honestly, I don't know, because I've also found some hidden gems as well. But then again, some popular books have been really bad. But also, a bunch of these unknown books could be really popular if they were just known. So what if I read them and then I made them popular? What if I read them and I told someone else to read it, and that's how you get the chain reaction. That's how you get popular books going. So I think I would only read unknown books. It would also be really nice to recommend people, you know, I'm recommending new books to people. Does that make sense? So yeah, unknown books. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys had some fun answering these questions with me. If you have any new would you rather questions, comment them down below and let me know some of your answers in the comments. You know, why make those decisions? Would you rather read in the day or at night? Would you rather only read series or standalones? And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!